Hey guys, it's Two-Siders here. Today I'm bringing you something truly spectacular and very dear to my heart. And we also have a co-star for this episode, because Mr. Cauliflower doesn't want to leave me alone. He likes to sit in between the screen and the keyboard, and I don't like that because he falls asleep and then moves around and pushes my keyboard away, which is especially detrimental when I play something like Doom. But we'll see what we can do in this episode. I have recently made a video about Jurassic World Evolution 2 where I compared them to Zoo Tycoon 2 Marine Mania. And okay, Mr. Cauliflower, I guess you can sleep there. And I just felt like I had something missing from my life. I was really bored. I didn't know what I wanted to play. And turns out it was most likely just Zoo Tycoon 2. I say just. This is one of my favorite games. And this is actually the third time I'm recording this episode. I'm really self-conscious about people watching this and not finding it enjoyable. And so this is the third time we are recording this first episode. Basically, what I've already done is we've selected the zoo. Hey, I cannot select that one. My game is a bit glitchy because I had to reinstall everything and now like the icons are missing. But anyways, we are starting a benthic zoo large, which is in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It seems like there's a smallish island where we can start our park, our zoo. And we are actually starting with $10,000, which is not enough for nothing. It's just enough to buy our first animal and that's it. But I have some special plans. We are using a random number generator to select one animal from each star rating. So at half a star I've selected something, at 1 star, 1.5, 10 animals until 5 stars. And I used a Google number generator to select, again, like one animal from each star rating. It can be any of these animals that we've selected. We actually got a really nice selection, at least one animal from either the base game or the expansion packs. It's worth noting that Zoo Tycoon 2 has like 130 animals or so. Jurassic World Evolution 2 has 110, but most of them are reskins, whereas there are some reskins in Zoo Tycoon 2 as well, but not nearly as many, I think. So I have already built our park to a 1-star rating with 2 enclosures, but I just wanted to show you how the park looked like when I started. So this is how the benthic zoo looks like. It's very similar to a scrub area, like Australian area. We can see the sea in the distance there, just as I despawn. But we also have large areas of water here. And what I did is I got rid of all of this. And then I also flattened the terrain like this. So we have a clear start. I did actually make a composite sketch of the zoo. I wanted to show you. So this is a really lame sketch. It doesn't spoil anything. I don't want to spoil you yet what animals we've picked. But it's by star rating. So here's where the entrance is. And then here's our first exhibit. Our 1-star exhibit is like here. This is a 4.5-star exhibit quite late into the game. I'm probably gonna move that somewhere. But it's like stuff all around the place. I cannot even, because it's the opposite. And then we're gonna have like, oh, this is so annoying. We're gonna have like a jeep ride going around the park. So our guests pay us money. Not every time, but sometimes they pay when they exit the jeep ride, so I want to make extra money because we're gonna need it. This music is really creepy. I took a save before I started the park, after the flattening. That's actually a good name, the flattening. And this is what we have. Everything is flattened. We have a bunch of these like little tiny bumps that I couldn't get rid of. But this is how our park looks like initially. As you can see, it's very empty. I managed to save these. So in Zoo Tycoon 2, every half a star you unlock new flowers and trees. They are not unlocked by default. It's kind of annoying at the very beginning when you don't have that many stuff. So I saved these sea stars actually they are starfish, right? Sea star starfish, into a pond so we can use them. Spoiler alert, as I said, we had at least one animal from each expansion, so there is going to be at least one Marine Mania animal. So we can place that, you know, earlier, these earlier in their exhibits. Let's reveal the very first animal that we got on our list. You got a glimpse of it here. It's a tropical jungle animal. And let me show you the park with its very first exhibit. As you can see, there's nothing in here except a jeep ride. We're gonna hitch a ride from that car over there and go to our very first exhibit. The reason why I've done this, normally I would just build a path to our first animal, but I really want to make lots of money. In Zoo Tycoon 2, it's very grindy to make money. There's another reason why I made changes to animal costs and other upkeep costs. So first of all, the initial animals are a little bit more expensive, like the half-a-star animals, because back in the day, you could cheat and buy a bunch of half-a-star animals and just go to 5 stars, increase your species count and cheat that way, just keep them in crates. So I made cheap animals a bit more expensive, and I made expensive animals much cheaper so we don't have to grind. And of course, our first random animal is going to be the African antelope, the bongo. I need to get out and clean this exhibit a little bit. They do like to literally shit a lot. And this is actually the perfect animal as the initial animal, because it's kind of boring, right? It's a half-a-star animal. But it is kind of interesting too. What you need to know about the bongo, and I'm gonna share a couple of facts about each animal to make this a little bit more informative and interesting. Again, the bongo is an African antelope. It's actually a nocturnal animal, so it's mainly active overnight. It's in its genus. It's the only antelope where the females also have horns. Normally female antelopes don't have horns, only the males do. Sometimes they run around and they get stuck on this ledge. I actually fixed that in the next iteration of the park. But it's really annoying. I made this exhibit a bit smaller. As you can see, all this space is unused, because otherwise guests could not see into the exhibit. And this is what we have. Guests come into this I don't know what to call it, this section of the zoo where they can actually view the bongo and buy stuff. And it's kind of genius. I haven't really done this like this before, but every time they exit a jeep tour, there's a chance that they give a donation to the park. So even just to see the first animal, the guests have to pay. It's capitalism, baby. But this way we can make more money. We can be more successful. What tends to happen is you place down a jeep tour, guests use it for a while, and then they don't use it ever, and it's a waste of time, and it costs a lot of upkeep, because you have to upkeep every single jeep station, and you have to upkeep every single jeep vehicle. But this way they are always utilized. The guests have no choice. They come into the park and they have to use it. I made it a little bit more interesting with these like hoops and humps and whatnot, but right now, as you can tell, it's not a very interesting tour. We can later on, once we get a better star rating, place down tour objects and make it more interesting so we get more donations. But this is how the park looks like right now. I'm kind of happy with it. It's alright. I had to place a lot of different types of trees. Trees that are not even found in the jungle, like this acacia. These two acacia trees. They're actually both acacia trees, wow. Because we don't have any more jungle trees besides this like fern and like dinosaur sago tree. But I'm happy with it. We also placed a couple of waterfalls. It's pretty nice, actually. I could sit here for a while and watch this, but no time for that. We are going to jump into the 1-star zoo. So I made another snapshot there. Actually, that's the latest snapshot. I haven't got past yet, because I'm really self-conscious about these videos and I really want this to be enjoyable to you guys. If you'd like to, you can subscribe to the channel. I make content about like park management games and also other stuff sometimes. If you like the video and you comment something like, I don't know, being chilling in the comment section, it will make this video reach other people as well who might enjoy it. And yeah, what's really cool about these bongos, before we jump into the next section and I reveal our first 1-star animal, or our only 1-star animal, is that these bongos actually go in a herd quite often. So they stick together and they move in a herd. Right now they're just blocking the path for the jeep, so they're kind of annoying. But first of all, I only bought 2 bongos, then we had money to buy an extra 2, and in the next iteration there's gonna be a whole family of bongos. So let's jump right there. One thing I forgot to show you is how the real life bongo looks like. Let's check the web browser. I really think the developers nailed it. I mean, it's very similar in the game, and it's a very, very cute animal. It's awesome. Like, look at that picture in the middle. Such a cute little baby calf bongo. Unfortunately, it was shown in the previous recorded videos. We got some really nice quests or challenges in the game, but this one is really difficult. So we have to take a picture of a guest dancing next to a sound rock, mimicking an animal or talking to a hand puppet. And guests do not mimic very many animals, so this is basically impossible. But these are the type of challenges we got already. $1,000 donation from Jeep Tour, easy. Whatever, like, guests are not bored. Take a picture of 2 animals and you get $2,000. And then take a picture of an animal, a baby animal with its mother, and an animal using an enrichment object. This is how the bongo exhibit looks like with a couple of revisions. At 1-star we unlocked a couple more trees, so I did like eucalyptus and these really cool mangrove trees that you can place in water. But look, they are moving in a herd. 2 of these bongos were actually baby bongos that were birthed right in this exhibit. Oh, and there's a baby one, look. Oh no, and we actually spoiled the second animal. We're out of film. And of course, as you can see in the top middle, it's the Protarchaeopteryx. Where I put them is kind of cool. So this is the very beginning of the zoo. And as you can see right there, there's a jeep tour on a giant bridge. And it's actually functional. Look, here's where we're gonna have another animal here. Spoilers. But we have I expanded the jeep tour, so it doesn't just go in this circle, but in this giant circle, and we're gonna expand that later too. Guests can get out here. They can come from the north and then get out here, and there's this like crab, giant enemy spider looking thing, where they can come down and view the Protarchaeopteryxes. Where are they? Look. They love running around and challenging each other. So the Protarchaeopteryx, before I forget, let me show you the web browser. So there are some sketches of this now extinct animal that was found in China, actually. And it lived in the early Cretaceous. Let's get closer, actually. What's wrong, little girl? Or boy? Let's get closer. They live in the wetlands, swamps. More on this later, but these animals lived approximately 120 million years ago in the early Cretaceous. They are carnivorous theropod dinosaurs. Hopefully they don't jump down from this out of this like really low exhibit. And this is actually a reskin of the flamingo. And I realized that the flamingo, look, they have an egg here. It's cracking. Because the flamingo is also a 1-star wetlands animal. But they're cool nonetheless, you know, they're very different from the flamingo. So I don't mind them. What I did with the wetlands and the tropical jungle, so if we are at the same level as the park itself, we are in this sort of scrub area or benthic area. And if we go 1 down, it's more of a lush rainforest. Let's clean this up. If we go the lowest level, so one even lower than this jungle, we end up in the wetlands, so it's kind of like a stagnant swamp kind of thing. I'm not super happy with this. I'm gonna rework this exhibit at some point. We do have some nice themes going on, so in the wetlands we have the endangered species theme stuff, and then here we have the jungle theme stuff. There's no one here. Look, everybody's going to view the 1-star Protarchaeopteryxes, which is pretty disappointing. This is how parts of the zoo actually die. But it is what it is. I made this tour a little bit more interesting. There's one tour object, so here's what we have right now. What I should have done with the jungle and whatnot is make the entire park like much higher, so if we start from the same level as the park entrance, we only have like not even 2 levels. Like making that that bridge thing is really glitchy because the levels are just really buggy in this game. So maybe I should raise some stuff. We got a challenge where if we can go for an entire month without animals reaching critical cleaning needs, we will get $3,000. We'll try it, but it's not gonna happen because I'm not paying enough attention to the bongos and they cannot really clean themselves because they're kind of stupid. But here's how our park looks like. We only have just 2 exhibits on the left and on the right coming from the entrance. I named every single bongo something like Bing Bong, Bing Chilling or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching the first episode. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video as well and comment something like Bing Chilling in the video. I'm just messing around here. And hopefully it will reach other people as well. Check out episode 2 where we will buy our 1.5-star animal and 2-star animals. I think I will jump ahead again because I'm again kind of self-conscious about building stuff in this game and talking at the same time. I want to make it more interesting to you guys. So anyways, thanks so much for watching and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.